Fighting weeds used to be pretty straightforward. Farmers mostly sprayed herbicides, and that was it. In recent times, though, it's more complicated, with nature fighting back. Weeds like Palmer amaranth have evolved over time to become resistant to many herbicides.
No matter what tactic we use, especially if we rely on one tactic, the weeds are finding a way to get around them.
It makes things tough for UT Extension's Dr. Larry Steckel. He's working with graduate assistant Garrett Montgomery at UT's Ag Research Center in Jackson, growing cover crops to fight weeds. Now their research looks at when to terminate those cover crops and the pending impact on corn, cotton, and soybeans.
We're looking at how to terminate your cover crop. The longer you wait to terminate it, the more cover crop growth you get, the more weed suppression that you get, but you don't want to push that so far that you're negatively impacting your cash crops.
UT's Institute of Agriculture has focused most of its recent weed research on the types of herbicides that are most effective. Now here in Jackson, there's also work about the timing of these herbicides.
Almost all the herbicides we use today work better if you apply them middle of the day.
Usually a hot midday sun dries up moisture, but with weed suppression, sunlight is key for herbicides. And noontime spraying is anywhere from 10 to 20% more effective than herbicides applied at other times of day.
In general, almost all the herbicides we use work in the chloroplast of the plant, and they're light activated. So when it makes sense that when the light's most intense during the middle of the day is when we're getting the best efficacy out of them.
Future work here will include cultural practices like cover crops and continued research about spray timing. Weeds will always be a threat to agriculture, and while these harmful plants evolve, farmers must also adapt and stay current to keep them out of their fields. This is Charles Denny reporting.